who is out of town this evening. Tim, we know, has been in the hospital over the past few days. He's out of the hospital and now he is attending his daughter's wedding in Iowa this evening. And he has asked me to step in and kind of help do a little bit of severe weather coverage this evening in his place. So I'm going to help walk you through some of these storms tonight. Watching here from the great state of Tennessee, I am a colleague of Tim's. I operate Tennessee Valley Weather in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, which is kind of sandwiched in between Nashville and Huntsville. We've been in operation since 2020, which I've been in broadcasting for, Lord, 26 years now. And so excuse the accent, but Tim's a dear friend of mine. I have several colleagues in the plains all throughout really the country. We're part of a network called the Digital Weather Network. Tim and Nebraska Weather TV included in that as well. You can check that out at digitalweather.network in case you're curious about a little more of what we do. And additionally, for the my brand, which is Tennessee Valley Weather, you can visit tnvalleyweather.com. But I've helped Tim since the beginning of Nebraska Weather TV get going. So anyway, wanted to hop on, give you a quick update. We're watching this line of storms working in across the area tonight. This line extends from really the western portion of Nebraska all the way down through portions of Kansas this evening, and really goes further than that into parts of Oklahoma and even blessed Missouri this evening. But we are watching the portion of the storm that will affect the Tri-Cities area. In fact, the National Weather Service in Hastings already on top of some of these storms by issuing a severe thunderstorm warning. This includes the city of Franklin. I'll read that text for you, which most of the region under a severe thunderstorm watch as well, but more on that in just a second. Again, the National Weather Service in Hastings has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Smith County, Phillips County, Franklin County, and south central Nebraska, northwestern Webster County and central Nebraska, southeastern Kearney County, southeastern Harlan County until 8 this evening. It is currently 7:20. By the way, I'm in the same time zone as folks watching this evening. Hazards for these storms, which pretty much uniform as we go through the course of this evening, will be very strong winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. Do have the likelihood of some decent sized hail. In fact, hail up to about 2 to maybe 2.5 inches is possible. This particular warning is for the storm that's located near Franklin and Bloomington this evening. So let's zoom in and kind of take a little bit of a peek as to what's going on with these storms as they cross the state line and head into Nebraska this evening. Folks in the Franklin area, west of Franklin into Bloomington and points back out toward Republican City, already seeing the very heavy rainfall and some intermix of some decent sized hail tonight. But when we switch over to velocity real quick, a lot of strong wind in this system as it again pushes to the northeast. These are fairly decent movers tonight, moving at around 60 miles per hour, or 50 miles an hour. We'll put this into motion real quick and wait for that to load. And you can easily tell who is about to get the strong wind gust. Again, 50, 60 miles an hour, which is severe classified wind. Folks downrange, of course, you've got Franklin, Macon, and then eventually the upland area. Campbell is going to be downrange. Riverton probably getting a little bit on the west side of Riverton as well as that pushes out forward into those aforementioned areas. Following along the National Weather Service's polygon, pretty good. In fact, you just saw a new warning pop up there in the frame as well. Now let's talk about the watch. A lot of the coverage area of Nebraska Weather TV under a severe thunderstorm watch this evening. It does include south central Nebraska, northern Oklahoma. As I said at the top of this update, this system goes far way down into the south central plains this evening, central Kansas included. Effective until 10 o'clock tonight, again, looking for widespread damaging winds. Isolated gusts could exceed upwards of 80 miles per hour. Scattered large hail, 2 to 2.5 inches, or 2 to 2.5 inches hail size is possible, and an isolated tornado or two in the mix. Now, I was looking at the velocity scan, and that's where we use the radar to kind of peer through the rainfall and see which direction the wind is blowing the rain droplets in those storms, and that gives us the idea of not just how fast the winds are blowing, but is anything rotating? And so we're watching that closely this evening. I've got some other of my colleagues that are kind of helping me out behind the scenes tonight as well. So decent lightning kind of popping up there. The little white circles I can't talk tonight, which is just my luck. They're showing where the lightning is. How's that? One of those nights. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning out for the storms that were just to the west and south of Holdridge. And then as you move back out to the western portion of the state, and this is going to be in the North Platte area, there's a tornado watch in effect, and some of those storms looking pretty mean tonight. Again, that's just on the west side and just a little bit outside of the Nebraska weather viewing area. Gonna extend the view where you can get an idea of how, again, expansive, but also how kind of thin the line is. Putting this into motion, you can see the gradual push of these storms here over the past about the past 20 or no, the past 30 minutes, actually. The structure on that, I want to take a little bit closer of a look. Add a couple products real quick. No, nothing spinning there, but that is one good wind gust that's about to blow into the Macon community. So Macon, Upland, Campbell, all those folks downrange, the Hildreth community might want to be on the safer side, be inside, away from windows and doors as the severe thunderstorm approaches your area. And I am thankful that Nebraska has easy to pronounce community names, at least the ones that I've seen so far. I've got a buddy of mine in Louisiana, and woohoo, you want to talk about hard on trying to pronounce those parishes and communities down in crawfish country. But nevertheless, corn country, a little bit on the easy side. We share a lot in common. Have a lot of corn here in my corner of southern Middle Tennessee, south of Nashville. So kind of, in a way, a little bit of relation there. But anyway, we are watching these storms. Again, they're going to be rising into the core of the Tri-Cities. As we move through the next couple of hours, we'll be watching that. Now, let's do a little bit of model data. Let's take a peek as to how things are going to be looking with models. I'm going to pull up the high resolution rapid refresh model. This is the HER, or we call it the HER, but it's the HRRR. And load that in real quick. And the HER maintains decent storm strength at least until about 9 o'clock. And then once that crosses through the core of the Tri-Cities and gets past Hastings and Grand Island, models are trying to now show that starts to maybe, I don't want to say fall apart, but maybe reduces in intensity just a smidge. That's working into a little bit more stable air over the eastern portion of Nebraska, but nevertheless, we'll be watching that closely as that pushes through. And then another round does try to push across the area as we head through the early morning hours of Sunday. This is about 2 a.m. So again, Hastings out to Kearney, up to St. Paul, Ord, Broken Bow, possibly seeing another round of rocky storms during that time frame as well. So going to be a long evening, but we'll get you through it. If we do see anything concerning, we're going to hop back on and bring you the latest as possible this evening. Now, let's looking at some of the comments. Couple of questions about Grand Island. Don't need hail, of course. No, I'll tell you, I've always been fascinated. Tim will send me pictures of the hail that you guys get versus the hail that we get. And you want to talk about a world of difference. Y'all have to deal with big O hail out in the wonderful world of Nebraska. Here we get a big hailstone for us is, typically, I'm going to say golf ball is the typical large hail for us. Now we have obviously bigger hail than that, but very, very rarely. Some of the storms that you all get, that's almost a frequent occurrence in your corner of the country. But nevertheless, still, hail is hail, and definitely will hurt if it knocks you on the noggin. To answer the questions that are coming through, yeah, they are going to cross into Grand Island within the next couple hours. These are just not booking it, as we say in the South, which is a euphemism for moving fast, but they are gliding along at a decent pace this evening. We're going to see that affect folks pretty much in Hastings, back out to Minden, Kennesaw as well. Kearney and Hastings first. Grand Island will be last in terms of seeing this round of storms, and then kind of possibly seeing redevelopment and a swing around of stuff that's out west moving through the south central portion of Nebraska as we move toward early Sunday morning. But just wanted to hop on and give you a quick update this evening. Once again, the National Weather Service maintaining a severe thunderstorm watch for several counties in the Nebraska weather viewing area. This is effective until 10 o'clock tonight due to the storms and their current path. We do again have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for a host of counties this warning in effect for Franklin, Webster, Kearney, and Harlan counties until 8 this evening. A little bit more intense weather for folks back out to the west, North Platte, and really all out into the panhandle of Nebraska, seeing a tornado watch in effect this evening. That includes Broken Bow, by the way, as well. With that said, don't want to beat a dead horse with it. Just wanted to give you a quick update as to what was going on across the area from the far remote Nebraska Weather Center, Nebraska TV Weather Center. I'm Ben Luna, filling in for my good old buddy Tim Jones, who is off this evening and enjoying a little bit of family time with his daughter's wedding. It is 7:30. This is concluding this live update on Nebraska Weather TV.